Audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Kameel Majdali.
We've been wading into the deep waters of what makes us all tick. Are we conservative? Are we progressive? And where do we fit as Christians in this thing we call the culture war? You've got some ideas, Kameel, about what it is that you can pinpoint that says this is what the difference is between progressives and conservatives. How do you identify that simply?
Well, there is a very interesting chasm between the two positions, the left-wing progressives and the right-wing conservatives. And again, we're even a bit hesitant to use those terms left and right. But one thing, progressives often focus on economic issues, and sometimes only on economic issues. Then so-called conservatives who only focus on economic issues and ignore the moral and ethical issues, really they're closet progressives too. And they're libertarian when it comes to moral issues. A true conservative, or shall we say a classic conservative, doesn't just look at the economics. There's more to life than just money, Neil. I think we all know that. And in fact, the most important things in life, money cannot buy. The most important things when you consider it, our salvation, our family life, who we are as a person, getting the most meaning of life. You cannot purchase these things. As the Beatles say, money can't buy you love. Salvation, baptism in the Spirit, sanctification, priceless things are beyond the reach of money. Classic conservatism looks at the whole person, body, mind, soul, and spirit, and addresses all those issues, again, from a Judeo-Christian point of view. Far left people, not the average progressive, but the far, far left is very antagonistic to Judeo-Christian values, as well as Western civilization, and as well as free market capitalism. And by the way, God is neither a capitalist nor a communist, I might add. God is God. But there are certain things we can learn from these things, and one of them is that capitalism had a Protestant work ethic tied to it that tamed the greed and tamed the excesses. So again, the classic conservative looks at everything, the whole picture, the whole person. And when you do that, then you're more likely to get it right rather than only focusing on money.
So there's a classic conservatism which is very closely aligned with the values formation under a Christian ideal. But it is possible, isn't it, Kameel, to be either conservative, not in the classic sense, or progressive, and be non-Christian altogether, to have a humanistic ideal. So our faith, again, brings a real dimension to how we understand this culture war.
Our faith and the biblical worldview makes all the difference, Neil, in the world. Because from a biblical worldview, we see things as God sees it. And after all, we should be seeing things as God sees it. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending, the first and the last. He was here before anybody else was, and he'll be around when this old order is long, long gone. God's perspective is paramount. In fact, it's really the only one that matters. And yes, the Bible claims to be representing God's position to a T, and I fervently believe that, as you do too. The good thing with the biblical worldview is it is underpinned by God's love. And therefore, nobody is our enemy, humanly speaking, because everyone, whether they be conservative or progressive, is loved of God, and Christ died to save them all.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Kameel Majdali from Teach All Nations. Find articles, videos and podcasts from Dr. Kameel, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future in the Vision app or at vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.